Greece is a country with a rich historical and cultural heritage, attracting tourists from all over the world. However, as in any other country, there are problems and contrasts here. In this report, we will look at various aspects of life in Greece, focusing on the capital of the country, Athens. Athens, the capital of Greece, is known for its rich history and cultural heritage. However, like many megacities, the city faces a number of serious social and environmental problems. In this report, we will look at the most acute of them, including garbage, crime, and radical movements. Athens is a city with a great history, which, unfortunately, faces many modern problems. The city is often called a monstrous anthill because of the constant movement and bustle. Athens has a high level of poverty and homelessness. These problems are especially noticeable in the historical center of the city, where the main tourist attractions are concentrated. One of the most visible problems of Athens is garbage. Improper organization of waste collection and disposal leads to the fact that the streets of the city are often overflowing with garbage. This not only worsens the aesthetic perception of the city, but also creates sanitary problems. In some areas, especially in the center, garbage has not been cleaned for weeks, which attracts rats and other pests. Crime in Athens is another serious problem. The city suffers from a high level of street crime such as pickpocketing, robberies, and assaults. The main victims are tourists, especially in popular tourist spots such as the Plaka area and Syntagma Square. The police do not always manage to cope with the flow of crimes. In some areas, the crime rate is so high that locals try to avoid these places at night. Drug-related violence has also increased in the city recently. Drug addiction is one of the serious problems of Athens. On the streets of the city, you can meet drug addicts who often behave aggressively and defiantly, who use drugs right in front of passers-by. Police patrols are not always able to cope with the situation, which creates an atmosphere of insecurity and exacerbates the problem. The drug business is controlled by criminal gangs, including immigrants from former Yugoslav countries. There is an extreme left-wing radical youth movement in Greece, known for its anarchist views. These groups actively oppose the police and the government, staging street riots and seizing neighborhoods. The Exarchia district in Athens, which is the center of the anarchist movement, is especially famous. Exarchy is a kind of state within a state where the police actually have no control. Anarchists often organize riots, attack police officers, and participate in street fights. In addition to anarchists, other radical groups operate in Athens, including far-right nationalist organizations. These groups often come into conflict with anarchists and other leftist activists, which leads to regular clashes and street fighting. Greece's economic difficulties also have a significant impact on the situation in Athens. The financial crisis of 2008 dealt a serious blow to the country's economy, and the consequences of this crisis are still being felt. High unemployment, especially among young people, leads to social instability and an increase in crime. Many people, especially migrants, live below the poverty line and do not have access to basic social services. Greece is a country of contrasts, where ancient ruins coexist with modern problems. Athens, being the capital, most vividly reflects these contradictions. Athens is a city with a great past and a complicated present. Problems with garbage, crime, and radical movements create a negative image of the city and require immediate intervention from both local authorities and at the national level. Despite all the difficulties, Greece remains attractive to tourists due to its unique historical heritage, cultural diversity, and excellent cuisine. It is important to remember that outside of Athens, there are many cozy and clean places that are worth visiting to get a complete picture of the beauty and uniqueness of this country. I really want to go to Greece. It is a country with a rich history, and Crete Island is her main gem. I hope Greece will be able to solve these problems.